What's up guys, Jack here, back today with another 3-in-1 charger, this time from Belkin. This is from their BoostCharge collection. This is a foldable wireless charger, so we'll take a look at what that means, with 3 wireless pads for charging your iPhone, AirPods and Apple Watch all at the same time. Belkin very kindly sent this over, but this is not a sponsored video. These are all of my own thoughts and opinions, and as always you can find links in the description. We'll also do some comparisons with the Anker 3-in-1 that we looked at a couple of weeks back, so if you're trying to decide between the two, hopefully this video will help you out. And I have got a bit of a blocked nose at the moment, so sorry if I sound a bit weird, but let's get right into it. So let's get it unboxed. So this on top is the BoostCharge 3-in-1. We have a cable and a power supply, and the usual documentation as well. It comes with a 36-watt power adapter. This is the UK version. If you're familiar with UK plugs, then you might think that this looks a little bit squashed, and that's because it actually collapses down to make it flatter. So that's actually a nice little feature there to make it a bit more compact and slimline if you are taking this with you on the go. And then on the back we have a single USB-C port. Then it also comes with a USB-C to USB-C cable, and that is 1.5 meters long. That's about 5 feet. And the charger itself. So we've got this square slab-like design with these soft rounded corners, and then underneath in each of the 4 corners we have a little padded non-slip feet as well to keep this nice and stable on your desk. And we'll give it a measure. It comes in at around 16 by 14 by just about over 1 centimetre on the narrowest point, but including the phone charger, which stands out a bit, it is just under 2 centimetres. And we'll give it a weigh. It's coming up at 376 grams. So this is a 3-in-1 wireless charger that is designed for your iPhone, your AirPods and your Apple Watch, but it actually has a folding design, kind of like the Anker MagGo 3-in-1 that we looked at recently. This one has, just to compare them both, more of like a flat-sided boxy shape. It is wider and narrower and rectangular, so that might fit better in your space if you are a bit limited. The Belkin does kind of feel bigger because of it has more of a square shape, so it feels like it's got a bigger footprint. So yeah, if you've got limited space on your desk, the Anker might be the one to go for. But they both have folding chargers for the iPhone and the Apple Watch, with similarities and differences. So starting first with the Apple Watch puck, we'll just plug it in. It has a USB-C port up top here. You can of course charge your Apple Watch lying down flat like so, but this comes with a couple of problems. So firstly, you'll notice that we're now covering the 3rd charger for your AirPods, but also if you've got a metal bracelet style band or a loop that goes all the way around where you can't detach it at the end, then that is just not gonna happen with a flat charger like this. So instead you can fold the watch charger up, and then you can place the Apple Watch on like so and put it on sideways to charge it. And that also puts the Apple Watch into nightstand mode, so you can see the date and time and the charging progress in the corner. Same goes for the Anker charger. The Apple Watch puck folds up so you can place your Apple Watch on like so and charge it that way. Then for the phone, on the Belkin, we have this big long charging pad that you can fold up to about, I'd say that's about 70 degrees, so you can get a better view of the phone screen when you're at your desk. The MagSafe charger feels nice and secure. That's not going anywhere even when the phone is stood up. Or fold it down flat and charge it like so. Then with the Anker MagGo, instead we have more of an arm-like design as it folds up, and you can adjust the position of the charging pad itself to adjust the angle. So the same result, but just a different way of doing it. But I'll say the Belkin is a bit easier to sort of deal with, as you only have one hinge to deal with when you're folding it up. As well as giving you a better look at your screen when you're charging, these folding stands also let you use something called standby mode. This is built into the iPhone, and it automatically enables when the phone is attached to a wireless charger and locked and rotated into landscape. Really cool feature. It takes over the entire display and it turns your iPhone into a hub of widgets. So on this first page, we get these blown up widgets that you have on the home screen, great for just glanceable info. You get these 2 stacks that you can swipe through and customize with whatever you want. You can have the time or your music, as well as any third-party apps that support it. And it just supports smart rotate, so if you have like a live activity or an event due soon, that will be front and center so you don't miss it. And if you have an iPhone 14 Pro with the always on display, then this screen will always stay on. Then on the second page, we have the time in the corner, and it will cycle through your photos, kind of like a digital photo frame. Then swipe again to get to the full screen clock interface, and this kind of just reminds me of like one of the Apple Watch faces. And there's different versions that you can swipe between with different looks. You can go with something clean and more professional, or just something a bit more fun. And of course you can customize these as well, so we can go in and we can adjust the color to any of these options, or even have like double colours as well. How funky is that? But I'm going to stick with orange. If you are wanting to use this on your nightstand, then don't worry, when it detects low light, it will automatically dim that display and turn it off so it won't be on all the time. So yeah, I really like standby mode. It's a great way to just get more use out of your phone. And you also have like access to your smart accessories too. So if you want to control your lights, you can do that too. So let's now go over some of the charging stats. We have a 15 watt Qi 2 charging pad for the iPhone, and that's twice as fast as the original Qi standard. And compatible with MagSafe cases up to 3mm thickness. Then a 5 watt Qi pad for charging your AirPods with a wireless case. And we have a little status light if you can see that as well. And a 5 watt puck for the Apple Watch. And Belkin says that will fast charge the Series 7, 8 and 9 and both the Ultras to 80% in around 45 minutes. And we have the same specs with the Anker MagGo as well. So really, if you are trying to just decide between the two, you're really just deciding between which design you like or which one is going to fit better in your space. If you don't have a lot of like desktop space, then the Anker is probably better with that like longer rectangular design. But the Belkin is easier to fold up as you only have like one hinge to deal with, so you can easily put your phone on and stand it up like so. They both do fold down pretty flat, so I'll show them side by side. The phone chargers on both do protrude ever so slightly, so the Anker does win it there for overall thinness. But yeah, they're certainly not thick chargers, so if you are using this at your desk and you need to tuck it away under the desk shelf, then these are going to fit just fine. They both come in black or white, so easy to fit in and match any setup with their minimal designs. Then one more thing to mention, the Anker does come with a slightly higher 40 watt charger versus 36 watt with the Belkin. And if you are buying in the UK, the Belkin one does have that collapsible like folding prong, so it is much thinner overall if you are using this for travel. And the US charger looks pretty much exactly the same as this, just with US prongs. That is nice and slimline as well. These both come in at just under $100 in the US. The Belkin 3-in-1 is £100 in the UK, and the Anker is slightly more affordable at £90. Check them out with the links in the description. They're both great options for anyone more invested into the Apple ecosystem if you're looking to charge your iPhone, AirPods and Apple Watch all at the same time. Let me know which design you like the most, which one would you go for? If you've got any questions, then you can hit me up down in the comments. Leave a like if the video helped you out, subscribe and hit the bell to see more tech videos from me. Thank you so much for watching and for sticking with me with my husky voice, and I will see you in the next one.